Hi everyone, it's Shannon and welcome to the Cozy Christmas Cottage. Now that we are just past Christmas, it is the perfect time to transition our Christmas decor into winter decor. So maybe you don't have a ton of snowflake or snowman decor or winter decor. Well, today I have 10 super quick and easy ideas on how you can create snowflakes using supplies from Dollar Tree. So let's go ahead and dash right into these inexpensive and quick projects. First up is this really cute snowflake using clothespins that you can find from the Dollar Tree. You are going to need 6 clothespins total, and what you're going to do is take them all apart, remove the metal spring that is in the middle, and then we're going to hot glue them the opposite direction. So there are a flat side and there's a side with ridges on it. You want to glue those flat sides together. So I'm going to go ahead and finish up all 6 of my clothespins, repeating this process using some hot glue to attach them all together so they will dry really quickly, and then we can move on to the next step. So I started with 2 of the clothespins and then decided to mock up the middle because we want to make a circle in the center, and then I used my hot glue to go back around and attach them all together. Now is the fun part where you can get really creative. I'm just using some white chalk paint to sparingly add on some paint to give mine a farmhousey white snowflake look, but you could add glitter at this point. You could use wood stain or a different colored paint, whatever finish that you are looking for your home's decor. Not only do these turn out so cute, but they are also so inexpensive, as you can get 6 snowflakes out of 1 package of clothespins from the Dollar Tree. Next, this project will literally only take you about 5 minutes to make. We're starting with a snowflake tray and a glass candle holder from Dollar Tree. I'm adding some E6000 to the rim of the candlestick along with some hot glue. The hot glue is going to dry quickly, so our plate will stay in place, but the E6000 will cure overnight, and that way you'll have a much more strong bond for longevity. Now to add some snow, I'm using some Epsom salt into the snowflake tray and popping in a pillar candle for the finish. This is a really pretty way to display some falling snowflakes. I'm starting with some snowflake ornaments and yarn from Dollar Tree, along with a really inexpensive paint stir stick for the top. And of course, I'm giving it a couple coats of my white chalk paint first so that it gives it that wintry and snowy look. And then I'll be attaching the snowflake ornaments with my yarn. Time for the emoji of the day, which is of course a snowflake. So help me decorate the comment section below and drop those snowflake emojis for me. If you don't have emojis, you can just leave the word snowflake. This snow flurry banner would be cute in lots of different places in your home. I'm using some white pom-poms from Dollar Tree along with some white embroidery floss that you can get for about 20 cents at Walmart or a craft store. I just have a needle that fit my embroidery floss, and I'm feeding the pom-poms along the string. So you can add more or less depending on your look. I really wanted mine to have a flurry type look, so I kind of put mine on sparingly, but this looks super cute if you link them end to end too. Next is a super cute way to add a wintry touch to either your front door, on your wall, or even on a handle of a door. I'm using pine cones, some snowflake ornaments, and this pretty snowflake ribbon, all from the Dollar Tree. And I'm starting by adding some white chalk paint to my pine cones to give them a frosty, wintry look. Once the paint had dried, then I used the ribbon to tie onto the bottom of the pine cones. I also used some hot glue for this, and then I am using 2 pine cones and 3 snowflakes for my hanging. I'm just using my hot glue to attach the ribbon to the snowflakes, and I'm hanging them all sort of at different lengths so they hang in a tiered type style. And then at the top, I just gathered all of the ribbons together and tied a knot. And then I also, once I had the knot, I wanted to cover that up, so I used some satin ribbon, tied up a quick bow, and hot glued that onto the top. I love connecting with you guys and hearing your stories, and today I would love to hear, how much snow have you ever got to experience? Was it a lot? Was it a little? Do you remember exactly how much? Leave those down in the comments below. Next is a super cute and simple snowflake box. I have a little tree sitting on the top of mine, but you could make several of these and stack them, or there's so many different things you could do, even put things inside of it. I'm starting with one of these wood boxes from Dollar Tree. It has a little drawer in it. I just took the drawer out and I'm using the outside and some traditional burnt umber brown paint to cover the entire outside of the box. Once my paint was dry, then I used a white acrylic marker, which I will link down in the description box. These are such great opaque markers that look really good on darker stains or wood like you're seeing here. And I'm just drawing a simple snowflake design. This is sort of my take on a snowflake topiary. I'm again using some foam, a terracotta pot, a snowflake ornament, and those white pom-poms again, starting with adding some white chalk paint to my terracotta pot. Now I'm just cutting down my styrofoam to size so it will fit inside the terracotta pot. Also keep your eye out for this cutting mat that I'm using. You can find that at Dollar Tree too. It's great for little projects like this. Next, I'm adding a dowel rod straight down into the middle of the styrofoam and hot gluing my snowflake ornament on top of there. And then I needed to cover up the green styrofoam, so I just used those white pom-poms and some hot glue to attach those into place. Next, we're going to make some really great sticky snowflakes using hot glue, and you can use traditional hot glue, or you can also use these really great glitter glue sticks. I'll make sure to link them down in the description box because you can make some really great projects with these. So what I'm doing here is just using my hot glue gun to create some snowflake shapes. You can get really creative with this and create different sizes. You can add different detail to them, different colors with the different glue sticks, and different snowflake designs. I do suggest using a detail tip glue gun, and I'll link the one that I'm using here down in the description box below. You can find them really inexpensive on Amazon, and it's just a fun way to really get different kinds of looks depending on how you utilize your glue gun. I'll also link the green mat that I'm using in the description box below. It's a really nice tool to have in your craft kit because it protects your countertops. So here I'm actually using that glitter glue stick, which took a little bit longer to heat up, but it created the cutest little snowflake with it. So once your hot glue has completely dried, you want to make sure that you very carefully remove them from your sticky mat or your non-stick surface that you're using, and also remove some of those excess strings that might be hanging loose. Now for a very simple and easy snowflake wreath, I'm using a wreath form from Dollar Tree as my guide, and also some foam board from Dollar Tree, and I'm just tracing the shape of the outside and inside circle, and then using a X-Acto knife to cut the shape out. And then I'm just using my hot glue to glue on my Dollar Tree snowflake ornaments all the way around. I sort of did mine in two different layers. So I did the first layer so they were kind of point to point. And then I also wanted to add a little bit more to this. So I actually went back in between each one of the ornaments and added another. And now we're going to transform a metal tin into a little cute window display. So I'm just using the lid from this container from Dollar Tree and using my white chalk paint and a foam brush to tap around the edges so I could kind of get that frosted window look. Again, I'm using my white acrylic marker that I used in the Snowflake Box project to write "Let It Snow" on the front. Again, I'll have this linked down in the description box below. I'll have more winter ideas popping up on your screen that you can check out next. Please take a second, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't yet, and thank you all so much for joining me here at the Cozy Christmas Cottage.